I want to play this last deal, and this is where I'm just talking about the illogic that's, and I believe Paul Pierce, this is the NBA, former NBA star, I think his parents were married, but he has no respect for marriage. And this system that we've built, the media system, the influencer system, it elevates this sort of illogic and stupidity to normalize this chaotic, unfathered, matriarchal world that we have. And so Paul Pierce is on his podcast or somewhere, and it goes everywhere, it goes viral. Look at Paul Pierce. He's talking about, you know, you only need to get married when you're 70 years old. Play the clip.
I'm listening.
Relationships, let me tell you what marriage is all about. Or let me tell you what marriage is and who's marriage for. Marriage is for old people and poor people.
Okay, so let's get into that. Why?
Because when you broke, our parents, like my moms and all them, they married on a merit of like, okay, we're going to put our incomes together, have all these kids, and then when our kids, we're going to have 5, 10 kids back in the 60s, all them, they're going to have 5, 10 kids so they can work and bring income.
Yeah.
So you poor. So you married for that. And now when you get old, somebody that to be by your side to take care of you. Right now, my mom got married. My mom never been married in my lifetime. She got married when she was 70.
Wow.
It was perfect. She had somebody by her side the whole way through.
So do you...
I really believe that. Like, that's what, like, outside of that, it's no advantage to a man. Why is marriage an advantage? What advantage, what does it do for a man when things go south? Like, we gonna have to give up half our this, pay child support, but what do it's only advantageous to a woman.
And I'm sorry for getting that wrong. I knew he said something about his mother, but I forgot she didn't get married till she was 70 years old. But Paul Pierce, like a lot of people that are wealthy, money becomes your God. And he thinks he has the money to pay for all of what he needs. And perhaps he does on this earth, and maybe that's all he cares about. But marriage, and I'm unmarried, and I used to have Paul's mindset, and I was an idiot like Paul. And again, as you age, you're supposed to get wise, and you're supposed to pass on that wisdom. Paul's not my age. Paul's probably 45, 47, somewhere in there. Someone help me out. He ain't quite 50, I don't think. But money is his God. And he thinks money solves all problems. So he's not very wise. He's detached from a biblical worldview, never mentions God. But here's, marriage is, as I've explained before, it's about the pursuit of holiness. It's about a pursuit of preparing yourself for eternity. It's about developing, it's about having kids and discipling them in the right way. It's about the birthing and developing and nurturing of your fruit. And if you want to do that properly, you need to be in a marriage. And so Paul doesn't have the ability or doesn't care because he lives in some gated community. He's got millions of dollars. He doesn't care about the chaos that the rest of society is experiencing. He thinks his money is going to protect him from all of that chaos. And it's not. I'm going to imagine Paul's got some kids. They're not going to be protected from this chaos. There's nowhere to hide from this chaos. And he's looking out, he can't see, like, man, look at these kids. And maybe he's not old enough to remember, but he should be. To remember, like, hey, man, there used to be a time where there was a gay kid or two in a class. But now they got all these young people. They don't even know, well, I don't know if I'm a boy or a girl. I have gender dysphoria. I'm pansexual this week. I'm bisexual next week. I'm this, I'm that. All of these things that when we were younger, we didn't have these issues. We didn't have this kind of chaos and gender dysphoria so pervasive throughout all of our classes and our school experience. This is all a consequence of the unfathered, the unmarried, the destruction of the patriarchy. Paul, I got enough money. I don't care that these women that are illogical are seizing more and more power and creating a more chaotic world. He doesn't care. He's got enough money. He hit the genetics lottery. He's 6'7". He can play some hoop, great basketball player. He doesn't understand. That's not the majority of men. That's not the majority of people. They're not going to hit the genetics lottery. His kids likely won't hit the genetics lottery. But he doesn't care because all he cares about is Paul Pierce. And as long as he's good, he couldn't care less about the rest of society. And he doesn't care, he doesn't believe in an afterlife. He doesn't believe in eternity. He believes this is it. And so he's going to try to have as much sex as he possibly can while he's here, make sure he smokes enough weed, drinks enough, throws enough parties, and that's it. That's all life is about to him. If you're interested in pursuing holiness, if you're interested in maintaining a great society, in being a part of creating one of the greatest societies in the history of the world, you have to pursue some level of holiness. And when you don't care about those things, that's where people reach a level of fatigue and will say, hey, we're not pursuing the same things, we're incompatible. And eventually, and it's much tougher to do, but it's like, I look out and I go, okay, Paul Pierce and everybody that thinks this way, let's put you on a reservation somewhere so the rest of us can get back to building and maintaining a great society. This thing needs to wrap up the same way things wrapped up with the Native Americans. They didn't want to get on board with an advanced society. They didn't want running water. They didn't want bathrooms. And look, I'm willing to be proven wrong. Maybe we would all be better off living in teepees, smoking weed, and killing buffaloes. And maybe it's just my laziness and my overweightness is like, man, I don't want to live in a teepee.